chemistry, biology as primary science subjects, and all the activities in mathematics which are given in the CBSE curriculum, these are also being created in a visual form. So people can actually perform those activities online to verify mathematical theorems, to understand geometric properties and things like that. And another thing that we have done in this pool is to create labs for English, because we have got a lot of feedback saying that students who come out are not comfortable in writing English, in comprehension, in use of propositions and things like that. So we have actually created a bunch of labs which can be used to enhance the English language knowledge of students. These can also be classroom activities or offline activities. So I'll tell you again a little bit more about it later in the session. So we are covering classes 9, 10, 11 and 12. And primarily at the moment most of the labs are available in English. But by the end of the project, which is a few months from down the line, we will have all of these available in Hindi, Marathi and Malayalam. And basically these are to illustrate that we can actually get these labs available in all the various Indian languages. So these are two examples of that. And all these labs will be available on normal web mode, as well as they can be run on mobile devices like Akash or other tablets that are available today. So you can actually connect your tablet to the internet and run these labs online. Okay, so about all labs, the idea is to provide students with the ease and convenience of conducting experiments over the internet. But I think before I go further, I should make it very clear that we're not looking at replacing your existing labs with virtual labs. I mean, I think that's not a good target for anyone to look at. But there are two modes in which we look at it. We understand that there are a lot of schools who don't have enough infrastructure or lab resources to actually conduct these labs as scheduled. For them, at least getting a virtual experience is better than not having anything at all. So, yeah. So that's one target where we are able to give them some experience of practically what these things look like by giving them a virtual lab experience. But more importantly, even when you have physical labs, you have severe constraints of time and geographical distances. You have to go to the school available during only that 1 hour or 1.5 hours that is available to you as lab time. So you are able to do only limited amount of activities in the lab and a pre-planned mode of activities. So by a system like virtual labs or online labs can act as an amplifier for these labs. So you can prepare your students by looking at these virtual labs as to what labs we are going to do, what they are going to perform there, what it will look like, what kind of results can they expect. You can prepare them so that when they go to the lab, the time is very effectively used. And post the physical lab, you can actually use it to do try out more scenarios. They can work on these from their home or cyber cafes or whatever. So they have much better access irrespective of geographical and time constraints. So they can try out more scenarios. They can repeat the experiment as many times as required till they are comfortable and comfortable with the concepts and the lab activity per se. So this is broadly the way we are targeting on online labs. So provide students with the ease and convenience of conducting experiments over the internet. We have developed it to supplement the traditional physical labs and build the constraints of time and geographical distances. Gives the student the flexibility to repeat, explore and conduct experiments till they are thorough. So that's what I'm saying. So they can, a slow student can.
Mr. Seshakumar, 1 minute, sorry for the interruption. Can this also be displayed through a projector and a screen in a classroom?
Yes.
Yeah, that you may like to kindly explain.
Yeah, so I'll come back to the availability part a little later on. So let me just position all apps first, and then I'll come back to how we could use that. Okay. And of course, if there are any questions or anything that you would like to add, please do address. We'll try and handle as much as possible. Okay, so the student has the flexibility to repeat, explore and conduct experiments. So a slow student can actually do more experiments at his own pace. He can take his own time reading the instructions and perform. A fast student can try more variations or maybe finish it earlier. So we are able to adapt or match to the student's pace, because online labs will be essentially being done at a student to student level. Okay, offline. So you are not constrained by the lab resources. It's water. Okay, so we have interactive activities for physics, biology, mathematics, English and chemistry, and it covers topics like Hooke's law, reflection in concave mirror, Pythagoras theorem, and these are the samples. I'll show you more examples later on, and the site has a complete list of whatever is currently available. We have about 100 of them right now available, and another 40-50 are in the final stages of the pipeline. And in each experiment, it's not just a simulation engine. We have a complete ecosystem as per the CBSE recommendation, giving the theory associated with it, which is basically taken from the CBSE material, and the procedure, which is again a written description which says how the experiment is to be conducted, and animation, which is typically either a video or a teacher mode of demonstration. So, and a simulation, which is what actually the student does. Okay, so we envisage two usage scenarios. One, as a teacher, I mean, most of you listening to this talk are teachers. So a teacher would like to introduce the lab in a class before they actually go to the lab, by performing the experiment in an almost live form to the class. So that's what the animation tab on each of the experiment does. There would be either a controlled video recording, which you can pause and play, or the same lab in a teacher mode, where there is a the teacher controls what is to be done. So you just presses next, and you can explain to them saying, look, this is the experiment equipment, this is to be connected like this, then you will get this kind of reaction, then you put this material, then you do this, etc. By walking the students through this whole process as if you are in the lab. Okay. So while you do this, you can actually project this screen in your classroom so that everybody can actually see it. The students do not need individual access. Okay. So you can go to the site, go to the animation mode, and use that to illustrate or explain to the student what is being done and what is expected to happen, by using your standard projector equipment or whatever mode that is accessible to you. And then you tell the student to go to the lab and click the simulation tab, which is where they will do the experiment. So normally the basic setups are done in pre-set in the system, and you only have to choose what let's say chemical has to be brought, and you take it on a beaker, pour it into something, get it on a pipette, or take a weight and put it on a spring. These are the activities that the student will do by using mouse and keyboard. Okay, and the simulation is real life, so you can actually see, let's say, a spring oscillating multiple times and coming to rest, and you can use a scale and actually measure the distance where the spring comes to a rest, and use that to plot a graph and see how Hooke's law is verified. So basically, OLAPS is a full ecosystem for online labs and not just the simulation component. So you really won't need anything else other than whatever is given in the website. And if you do find some difficulty in adopting it, something is missing, do let us know. We will be more than happy to address them as we go along in the development. And what we have also done is to build in a possibility of building some assessment using labs. For example, it will be useful to tell a student, okay, when I put this weight on a spring, the spring actually stretched by so much. And if I put a bigger weight, what will happen? By how much will it do? Let's say double the weight. Will it go double the distance? Will it be 20% more? So you can provide scenarios like this, ask the student to answer, and verify it by actually putting the weight in front of them and say, yes, look at it. It actually went only this much. Okay. So you can create even classroom or lab assessments using the same lab. same online lab simulations. Okay, so this is what the plan is about these experiments. So the salient features are their interactive simulations which model real life environment and behavior. Of course, some liberties have been taken that we don't model the full real life. For example, if you boil water, eventually if all the water evaporates, the whole the vessel will start melting or boiling. So we don't actually go to that level. But what is appropriate for that particular experiment, that much of simulation capabilities have been built in. We also allow teachers to adapt simulations, because since the simulation engine is something that is controlled by the portal, we can afford to do some amount of customization of these labs if different teachers want to follow a different way of doing the lab. Okay, within some reasonable limits, we have provisions to do that kind of customization. Wherever applicable, we have tables provided where the actual observations can be recorded. We have graph plotters, we have calculations, and including generating lab sheet, which provide the overall learning experience. So you really don't need, you can actually create the lab experience to almost to the nick. There is intuitive feedback and guidance at relevant places. There are instructions available as to what is to be done at every place. And the portal is available from www.olabs.edu.in. And in places where sustained network connectivity is a problem, we also have a CD, DVD version, because I think eventually the whole thing may not fit on a CD, so we may go to multiple CDs or DVDs. So these versions will also be available on request. So we are not making it into a large scale and just distributing it across, but on request, we can actually make these available on offline media as well, or maybe even a pen drive. Okay, so if you are the screen, are they able to see now? No, not yet. Okay, so this was actually a slide which shows what the home page looks like. Is there a way to get the camera to zoom into the?
That's one. Whether we can just shift the camera.
Even that's also okay. Actually, maybe instead of zooming on me, you can actually put it to that screen. That's more useful than my face.
That is fine.
Yeah, we're just trying to get the camera onto the laptop so you can actually see the screens. On your projector now. So this is actually the project website. I've given you the URL. We can also send it to you by email or other communication. It is www.olabs.edu.in. Okay. So when you go to the portal, there is a login button available. We suggest that at least at the teacher level you do log in, because it will allow us to give you more appropriate feedback and collect information, so the usage patterns and things like that. But most of the content you can even access it without logging in. Okay, there are some functionalities have been restricted, which you will get only through login. So when you log in, you have there is a physics tab, chemistry, biology, maths, and English. Whichever is to your interest, you can actually click on those tabs, and it will open up the corresponding experiment. And typically, an experiment will look like this one. The next screen.
Next slide, please.
Yeah, so you can see that, like what I said earlier, there is a theory tab, procedure, animation, simulation, video. Sometimes animation itself is on video, and Viva and resources. Okay, so Viva is also typically the CBSE kind of questions, and some of them you can see are based on the lab scenario directly. So there is the name of the experiment, the related resources, references, etc. are given in the resource section. The self-evaluation and Viva's questions are there in the Viva tab. The simulation tab is what we expect the student to be able to use. Okay, the theory and some procedure are basically from the CBSE resources. So I mean, if you have it in the lab manual, you can use it, or you can use this for your reference. So next, so we look at some of the individual labs. I'll show you some samples of it by screenshot, and then if possible, we'll go onto the net and actually show you how that works. Okay, and these labs are available right now, so as you try, you can even check them out. So I'll take a few minutes and explain to you some of these. I'll start with maths and English because these are not the traditional labs. So I'll tell you a bit about what we are planning to do there. So maths, there is no real experiment in the sense of physics or chemistry, but the idea is to demonstrate, let's say, theorems. So how do you show that Pythagoras theorem is correct? So there is an activity given there where you draw a triangle, cut that into pieces, and then paste it together and show that the area actually works out to be the same. Okay. And similarly, surface area by wrapping a string around and the things like that. Okay. So these are the activities which we have brought in. And these are simulated online. So the student can actually create triangles of whatever size that he wants, and then perform the same experiment further. Yeah. No, I think. Yeah, I think. Lab activity.